right, all right, all right.
All right, all right, all right. Here we go. Got to hear some music. Yo, 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 what's good, couples, cousins? Welcome back to Couples Couch. Thank you for tuning in for our seventh episode. I'm Derek. Look at us, y'all. We moving up in the world.
Oh my goodness. Good evening, couch cousins. I'm Nicole, and the couch is where Black love kicks back, gets real, and laughs out loud. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel at Couples Couch 24.
And don't forget to follow my baby's business pages or her business page at Soul Signature Design on IG and then Soul Signature on Facebook to get our apparel line. We are Black Line on IG and then Black Line on Facebook. That's BLKLINE. All the links will be in our captions that we upload to our YouTube channel. So, go ahead and support a small black business, please.
All right, babe, what are we getting into tonight? Um, I think we should talk about outside energy and relationships. And how do you protect your relationship from those outside influences without isolating yourselves? And when I'm talking about those outside influences, I'm not just talking about your friends and your family members or your coworkers, but also social media.
Ooh, social media, absolutely. Um, I think that's a really good topic, babe. But let's first get into our mic check.
All right, we call this segment Mic Check. Before we jump into the main segment, we just want to answer some warm up questions.
All right, so babe, what is one truth that you've made peace with?
That everybody can't come, everybody can't stay. So some of those people that you've known all your life, they're not going to always be there for your entire life. And you have to be okay with that. Relationships end. Everybody is not there for the longevity. My mom used to always tell me that people are like leaves. Some people are like leaves, and then other people are like branches.
Uh
So
huh.
those branches are sturdy. They're sticking to that tree. They're
Yep.
there. Those are the people that are in your life for your life. But those leaves, they fleet, they fall, they're removed, and they're removed after every season. So some seasons, all the leaves may fall, and you may not have anybody sticking
Hmm.
beside you.
Okay, that's good. I like that. Not everybody can come,
Not everybody can come.
because yeah, er, yeah, I'm definitely with you on that. Especially if you're somebody who didn't have a whole lot, and then all of a sudden, either through your hard work or by a blessing from God,
Mhm.
now you have fame or wealth or both. Um, there are some people that were in your circle prior to that just can't be in your circle now that you have this status. So I agree with you. So one truth that I've made peace with, and I've made peace with this years ago, and this is coming from when I was coaching. And I unfortunately I kind of think this way, as an educator too. Sometimes, no matter how much you try, sometimes you just can't fix stupid.
Can't fix
You
stupid.
can't. I mean, I'm sorry, and it might come off as being harsh, but sometimes you just cannot fix stupid. So,
And what's that mean, though?
um, I,
I
and
mean, what's that mean to you?
okay, so what that means to me is that you teach someone and you literally walk them through whatever it is that you're trying to teach them, and you explain to them every small, minute step, and they still just don't get it, and they're not even trying to get it. And then another example is when young people just do some of the most outlandish things, and it literally makes you scratch your head like, what are you thinking?
Are we talking about our kids? Or are we talking about students? What are we talking about here?
Yes,
Both.
yes, yes to
All of the
both.
above.
Yes to both.
Okay.
Yes to both. Because I've done that with my kids and with my students and with players I've coached. So
Okay.
yes, absolutely. All right. So we're going to get this mic ready. Let's get into the real talk segment, which is our main discussion. Outside energy, your friends, family, social media, and coworkers. How do you protect your relationship from outside influences without isolating yourself? Ooh,
I think that's a really, really good question. And I want to give a shout out to Benevolent
okay,
because she is the one who gave me this question.
nice.
And I
Thank you,
think this
Benevolent.
is a really, really profound question because I think a lot of people have a hard time navigating relationships with friendships. I
Hmm.
know for me, when I got divorced, a lot of the friends that I thought were my friends were
Hmm.
really his friends.
Oh,
And yeah,
okay,
and they
okay.
felt like they had to choose between either him or I.
Right, right.
And so for me, I did feel very isolated. Um, and I've told girlfriends this before, like, those aren't your friends; those are his friends. So
Right,
you can't tell everybody everything.
right.
So I think one way to protect your relationship from outside influences is number one, go into the relationship, the friendship, knowing who that person is to
Hmm.
you.
Okay.
Because if, say, something happens and that person was only there because they were your friend,
Right.
I'll be damned if I told this person everything that was going on with me. Because after we break up, or, after that relationship
Yeah.
ends, are they going to come back and tell you everything that happened?
Right, right.
And we may break up amicably,
Uh-huh.
but now you know all this stuff that I've cried to this friend about.
Yeah.
So I think it's important when you're in a relationship that you protect your relationship by not telling people everything.
Yeah.
And I posted this on my Facebook page, and my brother Carl stated that him and my best friend, the way that they protect their relationship, and they've been married 20 some years. I was there, I introduced them. And
We got to get
we got to get them
we
on
got
the
to get them
couch.
on the couch.
And so I think one of the things that they do, and they do a very good job of it, is keeping people out of their business.
Yep.
Carl said that their relationship is between him, his wife, and God.
Yep.
So
Yep.
that means not putting your relationship on social media. And I kid a lot. I tag Derek to a whole bunch of stuff on Facebook, but the reality of it is that you guys are seeing a small glimpse of our marriage.
Hmm.
I don't really talk to a lot of people about him because they have no business there. And that's one reason why when we got married, it was just him and I standing up there.
Yeah.
There was no bridesmaid, there was no groomsmen, because guess what? We did it in our first marriages and it didn't work out. Those people did not hold anybody accountable. So you just have to keep your relationship between you and him and then God. If I have something that I want to say to somebody about my husband, I'm going to God with that. I'm not
Yeah.
going on social media. I refuse to dog him on social media. I refuse to talk to my friends badly about this man. If I have something that I need to tell Derek, I'm going to tell Derek.
So, question. So, why do you think? Because I've heard about this and I've seen this firsthand. Why do you think sometimes? And I think it happens on both ends of the spectrum. I
Hmm.
think sometimes women will go and complain to their friends, and men will go and complain to their partners. Um, about just some of the issues that they have in their marriage or in their relationships. And just kind of like you were saying, if you tell these friends, quote unquote, everything, like real personable things, and like it could possibly be also embarrassing,
Hmm.
that person's like, shoot, this is a gem I got in my
I
pocket.
got a good receipt.
Right, I got something. So if this and also too,
Drea said because they on Derek's side.
and also too, that you might again, it could be from the men's side or the women's side, because, and I'll give two examples. That friend could quietly be sitting there waiting until the marriage breaks up or the relationship breaks up so they can slip right in.
And you done told her every play in the
Yeah.
book. You done told.
Prime example. Uh My man, Lou Rawls, not Lou Rawls, Bobby Womack.
Oh yeah.
Didn't he swoop in and marry Otis Redding's wife when he got killed or died?
Something like that, and
Was it
proposed
Otis
to her at the
Redding?
funeral or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, slipped right on in there.
And
And boy,
and then the other thing you have to keep in mind, and I learned this too, um, people pillow talk.
oh, we've pillow talked before.
People pillow talk. And so
Yeah,
now you've included a whole
yeah,
nother person in your relationship,
yeah.
and now they side eyeing your husband or your wife.
Man, what?
And now they know your business. And you sit up here thinking, oh, this is my best friend. They would never.
What?
So you have to you got to guard that marriage.
What? Yeah, that's yeah.
Yes, Drea, that receipt gets a lot of people in trouble.
Yeah. Yeah.
We've seen it on social media. People all in other people's relationships, and now they pulling all these other people in, and they got receipts. They posting up things on Facebook, and you thinking this person would never. My mother used to always say, if you see them doing somebody else wrong, don't you ever say, "Oh, they'll never do me like that." They sure will.
Right. Right.
They sure will.
Yeah, that's crazy. So I'm gonna go back on one of the things that you talked about when you talked about the friends thing. So do you think that sometimes, um, and again, I've seen this or heard about this from both the male's perspective and the female's perspective. Sometimes let's take for instance a female. I'll start there first. A female who meets a guy and this guy is kind of just like really quiet, don't have but maybe one or two friends, and she's got a plethora of friends. Do you think sometimes that um, the person who don't have that many friends just kind of take on, say, hey, those are my friends too, and I'm just, and that person who does have this big following might lightweight take advantage of that situation, say, hey, I can really control them because you really ain't got a whole lot of people in your world, so you come on over here because I know you want to be in a world where there's a lot of people that talk to you and care for you, so like, but you also got to follow my lead.
Yeah, manipulation.
Yeah,
at its finest.
yeah,
So Drea said in real life too, yeah, people pull out those receipts all the time.
yeah,
I think too, and just when we're thinking about topics and stuff,
yeah,
I've watched some other podcasts and I've listened to some other things. I think that to also protect your relationship from outside energy, you also have to focus on building your own internal strength. You got to have clear boundaries with people.
yep,
You got to have open communication with your partner, and y'all have to remain a united front. Never ever, and this is something I used to be so terrible at because I'm an alpha female. I had to be very careful of disagreeing with Derek in public. Let's disagree behind closed doors, but let's remain a united front in public because people see that and then they like, there's an entryway, especially if you don't have boundaries in your relationship. I think that you have to treat like the external energy as it's shared between you two. You know what I mean? It's not us against us, it's us against them.
yeah,
So open communication and clear boundaries.
yeah.
Like clear boundaries. I don't want you to think that you can cross over into this world and think you got anything anything over me
Yeah.
when it comes to this man.
And I think too, like with piggybacking on that, I think that there definitely has to be a level of respect
Absolutely.
for that significant other, because if there's a high level of respect, you're gonna think first before you start speaking about things. And even like you said, um, even if your significant other is not correct, whatever it is they're talking about, and y'all discussing, you definitely don't put them out there like that. You definitely don't, because, and now that we have cell phones, hell, while you're having that conversation, you can just made a text like, "Nah, babe, you're wrong on that one."
And I've done that to him before when we were out in public. When he said something, and I was like, "Oh, I don't think he should have said that," because of a situation that I knew had taken place that he didn't know nothing about. And I kind of told him, lay off that conversation a little bit, babe.
You know?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We won't bring it up because it's a personal
Oh,
topic
okay.
for
Okay.
Fran, but
Okay.
something he didn't know was going on, but he started kind of talking about a certain
Oh,
situation, and I
yeah.
was
I know
like,
what you're
"Oh
talking about.
no,
Yeah, I know what
roll
you're talking
back
about.
on that
Yeah,
because
she did text me.
I didn't
She
want."
she texted me and tapped me like, "Look at your phone, Negro."
Yeah, because he didn't know what was going on. This was a personal conversation I had with a girlfriend,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
her and her significant other kind of started arguing,
Yeah.
and he brought up something,
Yeah.
and I was like,
Yeah.
because I didn't want them to keep arguing even more. So I was like,
Yeah.
let's walk out of there. Let's back
Yeah.
up, back the bus up. So
Yeah.
sometimes you have to have those little side notes, babe. Let's
Yeah.
not do that. Let's not walk in that water.
Yeah.
But again, I just think you have to be in sync with your partner, and it has to be a partnership.
Yeah. And
Otherwise, people know how to get in.
and yeah. Um and again, like you said, communication definitely has to be done. And you have to, again, the bond that you cultivate with your significant other has to continue. You guys got to keep working on it. Like me and Nicole been together for 5 years, going on
Hmm.
6, and we still got to keep working on it. We still got to keep doing the little things. We still got to keep, even on our bad days, we still got to keep, you know,
On those days where you love the person, but you might not like them so much,
right, right. You just say, all right,
I'm gonna still put this
yeah,
umbrella over your head,
yeah, I
even though I
still
want to
love
hit you
you.
with it.
Still, still like you still do those everyday necessary things because you never know in a blink of an eye y'all's dynamic changes. So you gotta make sure that you keep doing those everyday things. Kind of like us as being teachers, we always got our bell ringers.
Hmm.
Our daily get started activity and all of that.
Now we have a few people watching the live. I just want you to let us know who you are in the comments. I know
Yes.
Drea's watching with us. I just want to
Yep.
know who else is on.
Yep.
But back to the topic, and then we're gonna move on. Really, we're gonna move on. I remember a pastor once said to me about boundaries, and he talked about how his wife affirmed him
Hmm.
um, that morning,
Hmm.
and later on that day, unbeknownst to him, a woman that he went to college with
Hmm.
inboxed him on Facebook and was telling him how nice he looked nowadays and what has he been up to, and she was trying to strike up a conversation. And he said, had my wife not affirmed me on that day, had my wife not done this last week to let me know that I'm her number one, had my wife not done this, had I not had a true friendship and a true partnership with my wife, he
Hmm.
said, that woman's inbox may have made me want to conversate with her
Entertain what
and
she's.
entertain what she was saying. So he said, I deleted her and I deleted her off of Facebook. That's a boundary right there.
Absolutely.
He said, absolutely not.
Yeah.
Because if you don't respect your marriage, why should anybody else respect your marriage?
Right.
So,
And again, it goes back to those grimy people that will sit and see a relationship fail and sit back, they
but their
arms
relationship
crossed.
was strong.
Yeah.
But again, you got people on Facebook on the outside looking in thinking everything is perfect.
Yep.
And it's not. And social media is hard now.
Yep.
It's really, really hard because you looking at people and you like, dag, I want that life. I want what they have. It's
Man.
real easy now to reach out to people and have a conversation with them and
Hmm.
say, hey, how you been? And next thing you know, that's leading to something else. So those boundaries again, you gotta have boundaries. Hey Keisha.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's yeah. Ultimately, people, please, please, please work on your bond with your significant other.
And work on those boundaries.
Yeah, work on that. That we to work on your bond, work on your boundaries, and remember them to where it's second nature. Like you shouldn't hesitate when somebody tries to hit, somebody taps into your boundary as it pertains to your relationship. It should be automatic defense mechanism. Like, sorry, and you don't have to be disrespectful to the person. You just be like, hey, I'm married. Sorry. And then you got them some people who be like, "Are you happy?" and you got to like, come on. I just told you I'm married. Like, relax. Carl
You better
Washington.
dog these females about me if they jump in your inbox. You better be like, nope,
But hold on, babe. So
nope.
I'll be pubbing you up. Like,
It don't matter.
like
Some women like that. Some women sit in your face and pretend to be your friend, and the whole time you advertising for your relationship and you don't even know it. And this is why I say social media is so. It's like the devil. It's so cunning.
What you mean? I'll be advertising
Because I'm gonna give you a story.
Okay.
Before me and you got together, I dated this guy.
Uh-huh.
Dated this guy, and I was constantly talking about all the great things this guy did for me.
Yep.
I'm posting all the things on Facebook. I'm talking about what a great guy he is to all these women.
Uh-huh.
And then as soon as we were on the rocks, here comes some female that you weren't even interested in this man. You weren't even interested in him.
They was thirsty.
But because I advertised him,
right,
and I made him look like gold and diamonds.
Yeah.
Now you're interested.
Yeah.
Some women will say, "Oh, he's buying her Louis Vuitton purses and Pandora bracelets, and she's getting glitz and glammed and being taken to this steakhouse and this, that, and the third," and they want it.
Yeah.
So as soon as that crack in your relationship comes, they right on in there like a mouse with no spine, no bones. They just come on in there, and they like, "I want what she had."
A mouse with
but
no
the
spine
difference
and
is,
bones.
you probably not gonna get what I got, cause baby, you not me.
Right.
So watch your relationships. Watch what you post on social media.
Yeah.
That's all I gotta
with you.
say. Some women
with
will
you.
do that. Men are like that too, though.
Yeah.
Men are like that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'll tell you what, it's some grimy dudes out there will talk, excuse my language, will talk shit about your significant other to make you start to develop this thought process and like, damn, maybe they ain't shit. And sure enough, you fall for what they're saying and you start creating things in your mind, and then all of a sudden, boom, y'all done split up and turn around and you no longer like you be wondering like why Raheem don't call me or text me no more. And then you look up and you see Raheem with your girl and you like, oh bruh. And now y'all ain't tight no more.
Well, I say just keep the boundaries. And remember your partnership with your person.
Absolutely.
Let's jump to these couch questions.
All right.
So, cousins, you sent us some couch questions this week, and you wanted to ask us these are the two questions that we had the most responses on when I posted what should we talk about. Mm-hmm. So, since the holidays are coming up.
They here. What you mean? They here.
Well, yeah.
They here, babe.
They are here. Shout out to all the teachers who are going to be off of work for 2 weeks. Yay! Yes.
Hold on.
Awesome.
Yeah. Where the cheer?
You can't find the cheer button. Yay!
Yes.
Shout out to the teachers, parents. It is on you after tomorrow. Get your groceries together.
Yep. Go out early. Get your Christmas shopping. You want to try to get all your stuff done by Monday evening. Because after Monday evening,
says the man who procrastinates,
it's
to the last
gonna be chaos.
Minute.
Huh?
Says the man who procrastinates to the last minute.
But it's a science. I done got it down to a science.
Moving on.
So I'm good at it.
Since the holidays are coming up, what's the worst Christmas present you've ever received? And couch cousins that are watching live with us, go ahead and post in the comments. What's the worst Christmas present you've ever received?
Yeah. I'm going to have to say that.
Sorry for our dogs.
Yeah. God rest her soul. My great aunt Aline, she she wanted to give me a Christmas gift, and she knew I played sports and played football and played basketball, whatever. And she asked Mom, she said, well, Ann, what's you think if I bought Derek a pair of tennis shoes, he'll accept, would that be a good? And my mama was like, yeah. My mama not thinking. She thinking Eileen going. So my Aunt Eileen.
Dad, you didn't call Aunt Eileen out on this podcast.
My great Aunt Eileen. No, I love her to death. She's a sweetheart. My great Aunt Eileen bought me a pair of black Chucks.
For football?
No, just to wear and hoop in and stuff. Not for no fashion. And this was in like I think I was in the ninth grade,
Well,
so
what was wrong with Chucks?
we didn't wear Chucks in Louisville growing up. When I was growing
Really?
up, nah, we ain't fool with Chucks like that. And
Keisha, did we wear Chucks at the Heights? Did we wear Chucks then
we
in
didn't
the
wear.
90s?
Maybe in like later on, but I was in the ninth grade in
Oh,
'88,
that's right.
'89. So that's the late '80s. So we're still, we're talking during that time. We're talking British Knights was still popular. Troops, Nike, Tree
Troops.
Torns,
Wow.
K Swiss, Reebok Classics.
And you weren't walking
You
around
know,
in a pair of
obviously
black
Jordans.
Chucks.
And I was like, I told my mom, I said, Ma, I looked at mom and I was just kind of, and she just
You
gave me
better
the look
say
like,
thank you.
and I was like, oh, thank you, Aunt Allen, I appreciate it. I think I wore them things one time, one time, and I was like, hell no. And I'm sitting there thinking, how did all these former basketball greats, Bill Russell and Oscar Robertson, all these and Wilt Chamberlain, how y'all playing these things hurt and you ain't got no traction? Like what in the boy? But so yeah, that was an unexpected Christmas present.
Okay.
So
Keisha, I have to ask. A kitchen table. I do need to know who gave you this kitchen table
dang,
and
a kitchen table.
what I need to know the backstory on that. So I'm gonna come back to you on that one. You could go ahead and post it in the comments. I have questions.
Dang.
The worst Christmas present I've ever received. I just learned about this because I don't remember this at all. So
I was there too when she found out.
yeah, I didn't know about this, but I love my Uncle Kevin. Shout out to my Uncle Kevin. He is literally I just love him to pieces. Um oh, there he goes. I'm so sorry, y'all hear our dogs. Shout out to my Uncle Kevin, love him to pieces. But my cousin just told us over Thanksgiving that one year my uncle brought us road maps for Christmas. And he got the older cousins like pamphlets on how to change a tire, gave them pamphlets on changing their oil. Like he had just went into the gas station and picked all those. You know how when you're on the road and they have all those, well, they used to have all those pamphlets about tire care and changing your tire and changing your oil and, on the road, don't do this, don't do that, and maps. Remember the big road maps that you used to unfold?
Yeah.
Well, my uncle literally gave myself, my brother, my cousin Danielle, my cousin Ricky, my cousin Rachel, and probably some other cousins that were probably on my mom's side of the family road maps for Christmas. And I'm sitting there thinking, like, I don't even think I was old enough to drive. So why would you give me road maps?
Hey, when your cousin Rachel said that, she's still traumatized by.
She brought that up, and we were looking at my Uncle Kevin like, what?
And Uncle Kev played it smooth. He said, oh, "What y'all talking about?" He played it off smooth.
I could not even fathom because my cousin Rachel, she probably was driving. I'm sure Ricky was driving at that time too. My brother, myself, and Danielle, we were nowhere near the age of driving. How do you give kids road maps for Christmas?
Right.
But that's one that I don't remember. The one that I do remember is somebody giving me socks for Christmas. Wrapped it up in a nice box.
Damn.
Some socks. And not only,
What kind of socks?
I don't remember, but I'll tell you this. They were brand new, but they open pack and they gave us each a pair of socks. I will not say who this is, but they unwrapped, they took the socks out of the paper, out of the plastic, and each cousin got a pair of socks for Christmas.
That sound like a grandmother present.
It was not a now my grandmothers gave good presents. It was not a grandmother. And I will not say, but if my family is watching, y'all know exactly who I'm talking about. Because they remember that gift too.
Some socks.
Some socks. Danielle just joined us. Hey, Danielle, we want to know, what is the worst Christmas present you've ever received? Keisha said her husband gave her the kitchen table.
Ooh.
Oh, I'm gonna inbox you about this. We're gonna have to have a conversation.
Hey, Kate. Kate, what's the worst gift? What's the worst gift you ever got from ever got? Tap in.
And Keisha, no, I don't feel like that's a gift either. A kitchen table is not a gift. Men do not buy women vacuums for Christmas. That is not a gift. I don't care how much she says, I need a new vacuum. I want a new vacuum. Do not give her a vacuum for Christmas.
So
I received a vacuum for Christmas, and that person got cussed out.
So we should just get the vacuum.
Just go get the vacuum.
Okay.
On a rainy Wednesday.
What about now? Check this out. Growing up, when I was a kid, I remember one Christmas, my dad bought my mama a set of pots and pans that was like real expensive pots and pans, and my mom was hyped.
No, I would not. Don't buy me some pots and pans for Christmas.
I'm just saying.
I don't want that for Christmas.
She was hyped. I remember my daddy, he got my mama a microwave one year for Christmas. And this was in the 80s, so the microwave was like big as the daggone TV.
No, I'm going to say this. For me, I've always thought Christmas times and birthdays are times when you give people gifts that they really want.
Okay.
Valentine's Day, kind of romantic, flowers, chocolates, a nice date.
Yeah.
Pots and pans and vacuums. Those are things we're going shopping for together. Do not wrap a vacuum cleaner up and put it underneath the Christmas tree.
That's just like on a Thursday.
That's on a rainy Thursday. Let's go look for a kitchen table.
Okay.
Because we need a new kitchen table.
Okay.
We need a new washer and dryer. Don't you wrap a washer and dryer up and have it sent to the house on a Christmas? No.
Okay, so, all right. Go ahead.
I will say this. When I first met Derek, the first Christmas we spent together, his Christmas list was all things that were necessities. He was like, well, I could use some new T-shirts to wear underneath my T-shirts. I could use some new underwear, some new socks. And I was looking at his
socks,
Christmas
underwear
list like,
these phenomenal presents.
These are not things that I'm buying you for Christmas. I said, I want to know the things that you want. Well, babe, I do need those. No, I want to know the things that you want. He's gotten better at writing a Christmas list for me.
Yeah.
Everybody writes Christmas lists to me.
Again, that was in college. That was one of the best presents I ever.
Yeah, from a mother to a son, not from a
T-shirt, socks, and underwear. Man, what?
Where the men at? Because I got questions for these men.
Those are great presents. What you talking about?
Yes, if those are gifts that I'm giving my son on Christmas, because now he's an adult and he's a struggling artist. I'm gonna give him a gift card to go to TJ Maxx to get himself some underwear and some socks. Those needed things. I'm not getting you that for Christmas.
Okay.
Okay.
I appreciate it.
And don't put a vacuum cleaner underneath the Christmas tree.
No, I'm never gonna do nothing like that. Trust and believe I will not do that. So.
All right.
Next question. Here we go. Let's get into it. Because I'm going to go ahead and go left with it. Who would win in a versus, y'all? Mary J. Blige or Mariah Carey? I'll go ahead and say it. I'm rolling with Mariah.
And what is your reason for that?
Mariah got hits just like Mary J. And then if we get into the verses, if if the ox get pulled out and we hit an acapella, we already know who win in that one.
In the comments, who's winning that versus? Mary J. Blige or Mariah Carey? He went to the left, so I'm going to go right because there's only one right answer in here. It is Aunt Mary. Here's my reasoning. Okay. If we're talking about prime Mary J. Blige and prime Mariah Carey, yes, Mariah Carey can sing. She sings way better than Mary J. Blige. Honey, I know a lot of people that can sing better than Mary J. Blige. But here's the thing with Mary J. Blige that a lot of people don't get. You feel Mary's music. You internalize it. Okay. I'm in 9th, 10th grade singing I'm Going Down like I didn't have my heart broken. With the Waiting to Exhale soundtrack, I'm Not Gonna Cry. I sang that like I had been married for 10 years and was getting a divorce from my husband. And I'm nowhere near feeling that pain.
14, 15.
14, 15. Like I done lost, my man done left me and my kids and just left me out here. I'm burning his clothes. I remember I did that Bernadine scene so well when she lit that man's car on fire with the clothes in it.
Yeah.
And a police officer came. He said, ma'am, you know you can't light anything but trash on fire. She said, it is trash. I felt that through my spirit. Mary J. Blige, you feel her music. She may not be the best dancer. She may not be the best singer. But I'm telling you, in a versus 20 songs on 20 songs, Mary J. Blige is killing her. She's going to kill her.
Ooh.
especially if the audience, so, and then I think too, it's gonna depend on who the audience is.
Okay.
Mariah Carey's pop. If you got an audience full of people that's hip hop and R&B, I guarantee you, Mary J. Blige comes out on top.
Okay. Okay.
Now, if you're talking about singing wise, yeah, Mariah Carey got her, definitely.
So
But
we
hit for hit,
so we gotta look. Well, hit for hit. I
give me
mean,
give me a Mariah Carey song that you think would
Mariah's got hits just like
give me one.
Mary.
Just give me one.
What
Here
you
we go.
mean?
Here we go. Give me a song with Mariah Carey and a hip hop artist.
Her and a hip hop artist.
Mhm.
I mean, she did the song with ODB.
Okay. All right.
She did.
I got one song that's gonna beat every song she's ever done.
Okay,
with
I
any-
know. I know
who
what
is
you're gonna
it?
say.
You're all
Yeah, with Method Man. I know.
I need
I
to
know.
get by.
I know.
I
What's up, JJ? What's going on, brother?
Shorty, I'm there for you anytime you need. See, I'm telling you, Mary J. Blige will kill her in a versus.
Oh, okay.
All right. Hello, Alan. JJ Jones
Yeah.
is watching.
Yeah, me and JJ, we play ball together at Kentucky State. JJ,
Okay.
good brother from Mississippi.
Crooked letter I.
Yeah, good. Yeah, good brother from Mississippi. But
JJ, I need you to ask when the pink coming back on, since you down there in Chuckaloosa. I need to know when the pink is coming back on. I'm serious. Go and find them. We need to know. We got questions.
She said, "Where is when they cut the paint back on?
When is the paint coming back on?
All right, all right, y'all. Let's move
We're moving
right
on.
along. All right, went to our off the cuff segment this week. We're doing our He Said, She Said a segment again where we will ask each other questions in hopes of our partner getting that answer correct. Similar to the newlywed game. All right, you ready, babe?
I don't know, but we're gonna run back last week's question, but we're gonna answer each other's questions.
Yep.
So we'll also ask another what's the hill your partner is willing to die on question. So last week, Derek's answer for what is a hill that your partner is willing to die on was that he's gonna always eat some pork,
Yeah.
and mine was that Jay-Z is the greatest rapper alive.
Right.
So
right.
this week let's just run it back with another.
Okay. So, all right. All right. So I'm with that. Let's see here. So, babe, if I had a theme song, what would it be?
Somehow I knew that this question was going to come back to haunt me. And I'm going to be honest with you, Couch Cousins.
She said
I have no clue what his theme song would be. And I'm going to say this. When I saw the question, I was thinking, what song am I going to choose? Because he listens to so much music. And I'm not saying like, if you go on a car ride with me, we going to either be listening to Jay-Z, Erykah Badu, or Mary J. Blige. And it's a whole car ride. Like one artist, the entire 4 hours we're driving to Cleveland. He got about 3,000 playlists.
Hey, I'm like a DJ in the car.
He has about 3,000 playlists, and each playlist has a variety of different songs on it. So I kept thinking like, who would I choose?
Okay, so I'm going to ask you this then. So what are just some like 3 or 4 songs that just might have popped in your head, but you weren't really sure about? Because it has to be at least some
KRS-One, Step Into the... I thought about that.
That's a good one. That's a banger.
I thought about... Let me think. Oh, I can't think of the name of it.
Who's it by?
I thought about Microphone Fiend by Rakim.
Eric B. and Rakim. Okay.
It's just so many songs. It's so much music you listen to. I could not narrow it down. I don't know.
Yeah.
I have no clue.
So,
I come up with nothing on that one,
okay,
guys.
so watch this, y'all. I'm going to give you a couple clues, and then you'll be like, I know what song. So, here's the question. What is one song that's my karaoke song that I know all the words to, and I sing it with my whole chest.
When we were in Aruba?
No, when we was right here, we got and the one song, like you were like, babe, what's the song that you know all the words to? And I'm sitting there, I say, oh, I got one, and I put it in, and I sang it with my whole chest.
Now this is not a good
It's by
clue.
it's by a group. When I show you, you're gonna be like, yes, it's by a band.
Is it a rap group?
No, it's a R&B soul group.
I have no clue.
All right, so my theme song.
The reason why I have no clue is because we've done karaoke so many times.
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right, so my song is.
Oh my God. Okay, yes, I get it now. We went to Jazz Fest this year, and it was both of our first time seeing Earth, Wind, and Fire. He sang like he was about to get on stage. I mean, every word. I got video of him singing this song.
Hey, I'm just telling
That
y'all.
is, yes,
EWF. Hey,
great concert.
phenomenal concert, and I can only imagine. And I said this to Nicole. I can only imagine
In their
what it
prime.
was like going to see them in the 70s. I bet you it was epic.
With their little jumpers on.
I'm not talking about the jumpers.
I'm just saying they
babe.
had the jumpers
I'm not
on with the
talking
ball
about-
huggers,
No, I'm not talking about that.
silky shirts,
I'm
man
not
meat
talking
hanging all
about
out.
None of that.
I'm just saying that's what they
none
was
of
wearing,
that,
glitter
none
and
of that,
gold.
none of
Them
that.
big old shoes, they was killing it.
No, but I'm just talking about just.
I know
hit-
your music. I'm just saying that's
Yeah.
what they was gonna look
Hit
like on
like-
stage.
like old like young Philip Bailey, and young what's the other lead singer, the light skinned dude, I forgot his name. His brother's still alive with the guitar.
Mhm.
But him, man, 70s, I bet you them concerts were amazing. But yes, Can't Hide Love is my theme song because just when you listen to the lyrics, you just can't hide your love. You can't. You
Okay.
can't. So yes,
I messed that one up.
EWF.
I messed that one up.
EWF. All right. All right, babe. So, okay, what's your question to me?
If I could swap lives with someone for 24 hours, who would it be?
Oh, I didn't write it down, but
I didn't write my answer down, so that's okay.
Yeah. All right. So, if I'm thinking somebody you would want to swap lives with for 24 hours, I'm gonna have to mention a person, but it is an honorable mention.
Okay.
So, I'm gonna say Erykah Badu.
No.
Dang. Okay. All right. Well, it's not Erykah Badu, and
Who's
I'll say
the honorable mention?
and I'll say honorable mention. A male species.
Just any man?
I mean, I guess I don't know. It's any man.
Why would I swap? Why would I swap lives with any man for 24 hours?
You know why?
Well, tell the people. They want to know.
So we've had this conversation. And she was
By the
like,
way, that's wrong, but go ahead.
okay, I'm wrong on both of them. She said, I said, babe, what would be the first thing you did if you could be a dude for a day or whatever? She said, I'm about to go get me some head. I'm about to go get me some head, and then I'm gonna go pee outside standing up just to see what it feel like. I was like, yeah.
Facts.
There's a nigga inside you. Definitely.
I grew up around a lot of boys. My brother, his friends.
Because I promise you, I'm not going to stereotype. But there's a good percentage of dudes that say, I want to be no female for no 24 hours.
And there's a good percentage of women that will say, yeah, I would want. In fact, a friend of mine posted the other day. He asked the same question. If you could be a man for 24 hours, what's the first thing you would do? And the men were like, I'm just here for the comments. There were so many women talking about what they would do. And then when I said what I would do, my friend came back and laughed out loud. He was like, man, you a trip. There were women that was like, nope, facts, agreed.
Yeah.
So, no, that is a real question. And there's
Yeah.
a ton of women that would Yeah, they would want to be a man for 24
And
hours just to see what it feels like.
and I've heard
But
nu-
no man is going to do that.
I've heard numerous women say they would love for a man to be a woman for a day just to experience a period.
Or
The-
pregnancy. I would love for a man to be a woman for a day just to experience being pregnant and what that feels like.
We believe you.
I don't know that y'all know how hard it is.
We don't know, but we believe you, and based off what you say and what we see, we like, oh man, I'm poor. You
Menopause, I
Ooh,
had a
you
hot
a
flash
beast.
today and I was ready to jump out the window. I was so hot. I had a portable fan following me around the whole day.
You're
I was
your own
so
personal
hot.
summer.
I was having a personal summer. I wish men could know what it feels like.
We believe you, babe. Trust
Okay.
us. We believe you.
All right.
You get no opposition from us. We
Okay.
believe you.
So who I would swap lives with for 24 hours would be the younger version of myself.
Oh.
I have new ways to ruin my life.
So what age?
I'm joking.
So
No, but
what
I
age?
would.
Yeah, what age would you say?
Probably senior year. It's a lot of stuff I would do differently. If I could take back senior year or 24 hours during senior year, it would be me not going to UC and making the decision to go to Hampton University.
I like that.
I would be myself for 24 hours. I would go back in time and I would not agree to go to University of
final
Cincinnati.
decision,
I
say,
would make
"Nope,
that
I'm doing
decision
it."
and I would go to Hampton.
I
And
like
I really
that.
wish that I would have done that.
I like that.
But then I think that some of the things that I wanted to accomplish, maybe I could have accomplished those things had I made the decision and not let my parents talk me out of going to Hampton.
That is a whole trigger warning for me.
Yeah. So I would be
you and
myself
I-
for 24 hours senior year.
That's I like that. I would agree. I would. We've had
No
this,
take backs.
We've had this we've had this discussion before, like, because we had similar stories, because when we both came out of high school, she wanted to go to Hampton University, HBCU in Virginia. I originally wanted to go to Grambling State University to play football for Eddie Robinson. And
Both our parents talked us out of it.
yes. And during my senior year, my parents were going through a nasty divorce. So I wanted to go down there, but I just wanted to get as far away as I could, because it was just turmoil. And I figured, I just want to go down south, way down south, and go to Grambling and play football for Eddie Robinson. And I had no aspirations of going playing in the NFL. I just wanted to go play football at Grambling for Eddie Robinson. And that was going to be it. And I was going to figure it out after the fact. So, but yeah. But hey, it is what it
Things happen
is.
for a reason. Maybe we
Yeah.
would have never met each other had
Right.
we made that decision.
Yeah. You
So.
would have. And the thing is, who knows where we would have ended up? You probably would have ended up somewhere on the East Coast.
Being a news broadcaster.
Right.
Which is what I intended to do.
Right. And I would have been down south somewhere, probably teaching and coaching in Florida or in Texas or something. And but yeah. So I like that. 24 hours is your younger self.
Couch Cousins, let us know what you would do and who you would trade places with for 24 hours if you could.
Yes. Absolutely.
Just go ahead and put it in the comments for us.
Yeah. Absolutely. Okay, so let's see here.
So we have, what is the hill that you are willing to die on? So do you want me to go first or do you want to go first?
You can go first.
Okay, so Derek, I feel like this is true for Derek. The hill that he is willing to die on is...
What'd you put? What'd you put?
That the 90s was the best era for hip hop.
Ooh, that's a phenomenal answer.
But it's wrong.
But
Okay.
I'm dying on that hill.
Okay.
I'm definitely dying on that hill. I'm fighting you on that hill, because the 90s was the best era of hip hop.
Absolutely.
Hands down.
Absolutely.
I will argue with any hip hop historian I will argue with LL Cool J. He one of my favorite rappers. I'll argue with uh
Excuse our dogs.
Kumo. I'll argue with anybody. The '90s was the best era of hip hop. You like if you're a historian, go back
Okay,
and
we got the button up.
and start at. Hold on, y'all. Let me get rid of this dog.
So we in I'll just while he's doing this, I'll tell you a little bit about our dogs. So we when we first got together, it was during COVID, and we adopted a pit bull puppy. His name was Baxter, and I always felt like Baxter needed a playmate. So about 3 years ago, 2 years ago, we adopted another pit bull puppy, and who we call Rocco. And they hate to be apart from us. They have separation anxiety. And so they're usually all up on us. And the last time we did the podcast, they were so quiet. We have these gates all over the house, so they can't just come and go. But they were so quiet in there, we thought, and well, we hoped that they would be just as quiet. But that didn't happen. So sorry about that, guys. You guys had to hear them. Maybe we'll bring them on the podcast at some point if they're good and they got on their distinguished bow
right.
ties.
Them jokers will not be on the podcast.
Hey, Curtis, thanks for joining us.
What's up, Curtis?
JJ said facts. He agrees. It was the best for him. The 90s were the best for hip hop.
Watch it. Hey, JJ. Hey, if you're looking, remember, what you gonna do when the world's on fire? I'ma light a spliff and keep getting higher. That's we we used to bump that old Bushwick Bill on his cut he dropped back in the day. So I'm definitely would die on. I'm dying on the hill with this one.
Okay, but what's your answer
But
for
my
today?
answer, Die Hards 1 and 2 are definitely Christmas movies.
He's dying on that hill. Definitely dying on that hill.
Yes, they are definitely Christmas movies. Both of them took place during Christmas. So,
and I would agree with you.
So yes, they're definitely Christmas movies.
I would agree with you.
Absolutely.
What's another movie that people don't realize is a Christmas movie?
Oh, I don't know.
Better yet, what's a song that people don't realize is a Christmas song?
Ooh. I'm drawing a blank.
I'll tell you. Two boys in a Cadillac.
Oh,
from ATL.
Yes. Players Ball.
Players Ball is a Christmas song.
Yes.
It was
agree.
on LaFace's Christmas album. It is definitely a Christmas song. I don't care that they're not talking about Christmas.
I agree.
Absolutely do not care that they're not talking about Christmas. But it is definitely a Christmas song.
Yeah, I agree. That is. Yeah, I agree.
Okay. What's the hill I'm willing to die on?
A hill you're willing to die on?
Or what was you about to say?
I got some honorable mentions, but we'll go ahead and do yours.
Okay.
So a hill that you're willing to die on.
I didn't write my answers down.
Yeah.
I didn't come prepared this week, cousins.
Man, what's up with that? Okay. A hill you're willing to die on.
Southern Playalistic Cadillac Music. Yes.
Yeah, JJ. Yep. I know. I'm drawing a blank.
Boom, boom.
Oh. A hill you're willing to die on because you talk about this. You've talked about this immensely. You think that dark-skinned people are the prettiest people in the world.
I do.
Oh, okay.
But it's not a hill that I'm willing to die on.
Okay.
So,
all right.
Something you guys don't know about me. I have always wanted to be dark skinned because I just think they have the prettiest skin. And I have a cousin, and she's dark skinned, and Derek just met her at Thanksgiving, and I always thought she just was so pretty. And so I'm one of those teachers. Well, I don't like anybody to discriminate about color.
Right.
But my little chocolate drops in my classroom, I make sure that they know how beautiful they are because listening to some of my friends and Derek's stories about being teased
Being
when
dark
they were
skinned.
growing up,
Ooh wee.
I just don't want any child to feel like they're
Ooh-wee.
not worthy.
Tell them,
And
JJ.
so I go so hard for my little chocolate drops, and I'm always telling them how beautiful they are. And the little boys, like we had an incident 2 weeks ago, right before Thanksgiving, and this little girl told this little boy that he was so ugly because he was dark skinned. And I said,
messed
that
up.
is not true. And he cried. I teach third grade. He cried. And I said, no. Because, first of all, he's adorable.
Yeah, that's
He's
messed up.
adorable. But I want all Black kids to feel like they're loved. And I feel like
Yeah.
it's hurtful to hear your
Yeah.
husband, who's dark skinned, tell you about his experiences growing up. So I try to make it a point
Yeah.
to make sure that my little chocolate drops in my classroom know that they are beautiful and they are worthy, and I'm constantly just trying to uplift them so that they're confident.
Yeah.
I hate to hear that.
Yeah.
And I know I had some light skinned friends that said they went through some things growing up, people thinking that they were white or this or that, whatever.
Yeah.
And being that I'm like caramel, I never felt like anybody discriminated against me because of my skin tone.
Right.
But I did used to wish that I was dark skinned when I was little. In fact, I would go outside, and even now, like when we go outside, I'm always like, oh, I'm dark. I'm getting darker. And I hate when my tan
Every
goes
summer,
away.
y'all.
Every summer, I'm like, Dad, my
Every
tan is
summer.
leaving. I'm so upset. But
Every
yeah, I
summer.
just don't want to have any of kids that could be mine
Yeah.
feel like they're not worthy. My son is dark skinned and my daughter, she's lighter than me.
Yeah.
So I need to make sure that these kids that I teach, and I teach in a predominantly Black school. So I need to make sure that all of them from every shade knows that they are beautiful. Don't go out in this world. I always tell my kids, hold your head up high. You're gorgeous, you're smart, you're intelligent. I tell them this every day. We have an affirmation we say. I just want to make sure
Go ahead.
that they know that they are just beautiful,
Yeah.
and that they feel confident about being who they are, being in their own skin. That's really, really important to me. So I do my
Hey.
best to do that for my kiddos.
Clap it up for my baby. Teacher of the year, y'all. Um,
I actually was teacher of the year a few years
yeah,
ago.
so I got 3 honorable mentions,
Okay.
and this is for the Cincinnati folks. And
Hi,
this is
Carrera.
yeah, Carrera. I'm glad you got on. I know Curtis is on there. Curtis from the Natty, Carrera's from the Natty. A hill I'm definitely willing to die on. Cheese Conies, Montgomery Inn, and La Rosa's overweighted. Very overrated. It ain't
La
even.
Rosa's is good.
All 3 of them are overrated.
Oh, wow.
When I first moved up here, everybody kept talking about how phenomenal cheese conies were from Skyline or Gold Star. In Montgomery Inn, the barbecue sauce and the ribs is so phenomenal. And La Rosa's Pizza, and I'm just like, all right. And you know I love food, so I tried all 3 of them. This was 25, 26 years ago. I was like, man, this stuff, man, y'all tripping. Y'all
Yeah.
hyping this up.
I'm not from Cincinnati, so when I got down here, the
Neither
whole
am I.
coney thing, the cheese, the chili over the spaghetti, the 5-way, that was not my thing. I have grown to love conies, cheese conies, with
Overrated.
but made with turkey hot dogs, not with pork because I don't eat pork. But I've grown to like those. But I love La Rosa's. I
mean,
do.
La
The sauce is
Rosa's-
sweet and kind of tangy.
To me, pizza sauce ain't supposed to be sweet. That's
I
kind of
love
like
it.
when people put pineapples on their pizza. Ain't supposed to be on there.
Mm.
Not supposed to be on there.
So my Cincinnati folks that are watching, hey Jasmine, thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
Is La Rosa's good?
Overrated.
Derek says it's overrated. I like La Rosa's. In fact, when I moved back to Cleveland to have my son, when my friends would come to visit me down in Cleveland, I would
Uh-huh.
say, "Can you please bring me a
Some La
cheese
Rosas,
pizza from La Rosa's
some
and some
Grippos.
Grippos because they didn't sell Grippos in Cleveland when I was little. I never saw Grippos, but I see them now.
They sold them in Louisville.
But yeah, shoot, bring me a La Rosa's cheese pizza, especially when it's cooked right on the right day. I'm tearing it up.
This
And I'm
is
gonna be sick the next day.
this is one of them things where like um if you from Louisville, Kentucky, and you don't live there no more, you always tell people, "Hey, when you get a chance, send me a little Louisville box with some Grippos, a Big Red, and some White Castle."
Oh God, White Castle's disgusting. Curtis says La Rosa is only okay.
Right,
La Rosa's
it's
is only
okay. I mean, it'll do,
Mm.
but it ain't. It's hyped, like super hyped. So
Okay, well, Carrera, you're gonna have to go back. We have talked about a lot. We're actually coming to the end of our show, so we're on
yes,
our positive shot.
positive shot. Tink.
Ding. All right, so today's positive shot is about the holiday season. Um, this season for me is very difficult because my mom always made Christmas this big thing. We always had La Rosa's. She
Yeah,
said
Carrera. Yeah, Carrera.
La Rosa's is a one
One
out
out
of
of 10.
10.
Yeah,
Oh,
Carrera.
Keisha, yes, we still have Adriaticos, and I do like Adriaticos way better than
Yeah, I've had
um
Adriaticos before, and it's pretty
it's
good.
way better than La Rosa's.
It's
Yes,
pretty
we
good.
still have that.
Yep, I've had it before.
Jasmine
It's
says
good.
she's not a pizza person.
I'm sorry, Jasmine.
But yeah, Adriaticos is much better than La Rosa's. I will
Yeah.
say that.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah. Definitely.
All right. So back to today's positive shot. Christmas holiday is always difficult for me because my mom, God rest her soul, made it into this big event. Like the whole house was decorated. It wasn't just like one room. The living room was decorated. She had her fruit in the bowl with the nutcrackers and the
Yep.
walnuts and all of the things. The bathroom was decorated. Our dining room always looked like a toy store. Growing up, I was spoiled. I'm not going to even front. My daddy will tell him this all the time. So it was always this big major event. So sometimes I get a little sad
Yeah.
during this time of season. Even though I'm trying to do it for my kids, I do get sad. So I try to make, us do our traditions every year, our matching pajamas, watching movies, everybody getting, their 12 days of Christmas in their stockings. So I try to make it a big deal, but I am generally a little bit sad during this season. So my positive shot is during this holiday season, let's be mindful that the holidays can magnify what we've lost, but they can also remind us that surviving is still an act of strength. If you are grieving or depressed during the season, know that you are not broken. You are simply human. And getting through each minute of each day of this year, even quietly, still counts because you managed to survive. So I take that moving into the new year, that even though Christmas is always like the closing out and it's like the end of the year and it's like sad for me, I always have to remember that through this year I managed to survive. So 10 out of 10, I'm still here.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's all you pretty much really can ask for. Just hey, just
Listen.
because again, we talked about this how, how how scarce and how precious time
It
is
is.
because so yeah, so thank you, babe. That's good. That's a really good positive shot. Really good
And I
positive
want to
shot.
I want to add this too. Thanks, babe. I want to add this, that the new year is coming up, and in a moment we're going to be celebrating and New Year's Eve traditions, and people are going to be talking about all the great things they did this year. And we have to remember that even if we didn't accomplish all of our goals this year, if you just got through 2025 and you just survived, no health scares, even if you had a health scare, you're still here.
Hmm.
So I just want you guys to take that into the new year. 2025 had hands, y'all. It had hands, okay? It beat my ass. But I'm still here. And all these people are going to be on social media. We talked about guarding your relationships at the very beginning of this show. And they're going to be
Yep.
telling you all the great things they've accomplished,
Yep.
all the things that they did. Every year, me and my girls, we do a vision board party. I didn't accomplish one goal on that vision board. I said I was going to lose weight. I gained weight. But I'm still here. So take that in the new year with you. Take that positivity into the new year with you that you survived.
Mhm.
So you got beat up, but you got back up. So that's all
Hey,
that really matters at this
you
point.
bend, but you bent, but you didn't break.
You did not break.
So,
So take that positive shot.
all right. So, if you didn't catch that the first time, you can rewind it and catch it on our YouTube channel at Couples Couch 24. That's a wrap for today's Couples Couch episode.
Don't forget to follow us on all of our socials and tune in next Thursday and keep sending your questions. Don't forget to follow us on Soul Signature Designs on Instagram and Soul Signature on Facebook, and our apparel line, which is what we're rocking tonight, Black Line.
Black Line, baby.
Go ahead and follow us at We Are Black Line on Instagram, and you're already on our Black Line Facebook page.
Yep.
So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Yep.
And tell that messy cousin to like, share, and subscribe too. We know they watching.
All right. So much love, y'all. We'll see y'all next week on Couples Couch.
Where black love kicks back, laughs out loud, gets real, and has a good time.
Make sure you get your ass up off the couch. All right. And love on your spouse today.
Love on your spouse.
Love on your spouse today.
Peace.
Peace out.
Bye, y'all. Thanks for tuning in.